Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our 9:30 flow on Thursday. Today's Thursday. My name is Jennifer. I'm super happy to have you in our space today. We have a 45-minute flow ahead of us. We're going to spend some time just grounding down in the first 5 to 10 minutes, working a little bit of breath work. And then from there, we're going to move into a little bit more heat and then wind things down with a nice, easy Shavasana. So I'm going to actually invite you to start our practice today on our backs. So we're going to arrive, lay your body down. And if you can bend your knees and allow the soles of the feet to find the floor here. Okay, spread your toes nice and wide. And then lay your hands down by your side. See if you can walk your shoulder blades away from your ears. And then maybe just close your eyes here. And just really feel your body arrive. Let's shift a little bit of intention to our breath this morning. Take a nice long inhale through your nose. Feel your front ribs, your side ribs, and your belly rise. And then allow yourself to get heavier into your mat with your exhale. Let's try that again. Inhale through your nose. Feel your front ribs, your side ribs, your back ribs fill. Pause. And then a big exhale out of your mouth. Feel your tailbone, your spine, your shoulder blades get a little heavier there. Good morning. We're just getting started with some breath work if you're joining us now. Option here to pick up your left hand and lay it on top of your chest, and then the right hand comes to our belly. Spread your fingers nice and wide, and let's return to that deep inhalation for a count of 5. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. Big exhalation for 5. Let it go. 4, 3. Get heavier here. 2 and 1. Let's try that one more time here at home. So with our breath, you're going to inhale through your nose and feel for 1. The belly start to rise. 2. Chest and ribs lift. 3, 4. Hold. 5. Big exhalation out of your mouth for 5. It's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful job, guys. From here, let's release the hands. Reach your arms right up over your head. Send your toes all the way along the length of your mat. A nice full body stretch, pointing and zipping up your toes. Send your fingers up and over your head. Energetically wiggle out the toes and the fingertips. Take another big inhale. As we exhale, let's reach around your knees. Hug your knees into your chest, and then just give yourself a nice little hug. So you're going to sway side to side. Check in with your lower back here. This is our morning flow, so we're going to be a little bit more gentle, spend a little bit more time on our warm-up. If this is the first amount of movement you've done today, let's move together. Crossing over at your ankle bones, let's rock and roll along the length of your mat. Try a couple rounds here, creating a little bit of energy through your breath and through your spine. On your last one, can you come right up and sit up nice and tall? So we're going to start the first half of our practice on our mats today, nice and low. So I'm going to invite you to bring your knees apart and allow the soles of the feet to come together. So just a little butterfly pose. And really simply, can we start to think about folding over top of your thighs? Just drape your fingertips down here. So again, we're just waking up through our lower back and our hips. If you've been doing a lot this week, it's Thursday, checking in. You might just feel the need to keep this nice and passive to start. Passive just means to relax your jaw and let your spine round here. Beautiful job. From here, if you would like to follow me, we're going to crawl the fingertips to the upper right corner of your mat. And try to let your head release a little bit deeper. Let the neck soften. Again, sending inhale through your nose to fill. Big exhale out of your mouth to get a little bit softer and feel your upper torso fold over your right thigh a little bit more. Walking our hands through center. We're making our way to the upper left-hand corner of your mat. Try to relax your jaw here. The crown of the head gets soft. Ooh, I'm tight on that side. So hopefully you're feeling a little bit of length on the outer right side of your low back. and a little bit through the hips on both sides. Let's walk our hands back to center and then slowly make your way all the way up. A little bit of hip mobility this morning. So I'm going to ask you to bring your heels forward and keeping the knees at a 90-degree angle. We're going to spin the fingertips open and then just gently allow your knees to sway side to side here. Yeah, good morning. Good morning. Nice to see you, Vera. Hi, Jen. Okay, little side to side. And then as you make your way to the right side, can you allow the legs to lay down? You're gonna start to actually rotate the left shoulder. So we call this 90-90. So your left knee is at a 90-degree angle, your right leg is at a 90. We're gonna inhale, reach up. And as you exhale, can you start to make your way down to fold over top of this right side? So maybe you find a block here or a pillow if there's not room to find the forearms on the floor. Inhale through your nose and see on your exhale if you can press into your right sits bone a little bit more. See if that can deepen and make the stretch a bit more active. Relax the jaw. Maybe you shake out the head side to side. Inhale through your nose. Big exhale out of your mouth. Again, inhale. Exhale. Crawl the hands back, push from your finger pads, round your spine, roll up. We're gonna walk over to the other side. So spinning the thighs open, we make our way to the left side. If you can lay this knee down and walk the left heel forward just a little bit, so we're at 90-90. Take a nice big inhale here as you reach up. Now the option here is to fold. So see if I have a block here. So if the floor is not that close to you today, you might find your forearms on a pillow at home or a block. So I'm quite a bit tighter on this left side. So it's really normal to be a little tighter on one side than the other. Breathe in. And exhale to release a little deeper here. Beautiful job, guys. Big inhale. Last breath out. Let's slowly crawl yourself all the way up. Round your spine to come up. We're going to pivot back to center. And then from this position, can you send your right foot out in front? The left foot comes into seated tree. So if you take your fingertips by your side, lift your sits bones up, and then square your hips with the top of your mat. Take a big inhale to lift. So as we exhale, we're gonna fold over top of your right thigh here. So option, if you're feeling a little bit more warm now, option to make this more active is to pull your breastbone forward and really find that bind around your big toe, or maybe you can find the sole of your foot. If you're still feeling a little bit more passive today, you have the option to round your spine and just melt your chest over top of the thigh any amount. Let's breathe, inhale. Exhale to come a little closer to that right thigh. Nice work, everyone. Let's slowly roll ourselves out of that. And then we're just gonna turn the body just a little bit. So the right leg is still forward, but now we're squaring our hips off with the top right corner of our mat. So from this position, we're gonna reach up and over into a side bend. So the left arm reaches up. We're coming right up and out of your waist there today. So if you can keep this right foot flexed, loop your fingers around your right big toe. We're trying to pull the right big toe towards you as you get long in the left side. Beautiful work, you guys. Just breathe. So we should be feeling a nice sensation across the left ribs, lower back on the left side for 2. It's 1. Okay, gang, follow me. The left arm reaches up. This is our baby wild thing. I'm gonna show you from the side. So we reach the left arm up. You're gonna plant the left palm down. We're pressing out of the left palm and we reach up and out of our waist on this right side. So nice big stretch to the right side body. Push out of your left palm. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Spin the right shoulder open for 2. Oh, that's nice. Inhale. Exhale, it's 1. Slowly lay your tailbone back down onto the mat. Whew. Nice work, guys. Bring the knees together, bending at the top of your mat. Can you loop your hands underneath your knees? We're gonna inhale to sit tall. Little spinal wave here. Exhale, tuck and round through your upper back and shoulders. Ooh. posture stretch there. Try that again. Think about me leading you from the crown of your head. Inhale to round up. Sit tall, fill. Exhale, round. So now we're moving a little bit more into your flow. Inhale for one breath, one movement up. Exhale to round for two. Inhale up. So we're just creating some blood flow through the spinal column today. One more inhale, roll up. Exhale, round back, pause and hold here. So if I show you from the side, it's like you're making a C shape with your spine. You're pulling up and away on the backs of your thighs, any amount, really feeling the protraction of your shoulder blades here. Nod your chin, let your jaw relax for two. Inhale, exhale, it's one. Restacking your spine, come all the way up. Whew, that was a lot. Release the hands, round the shoulders. This time, our left leg goes out, seated tree on the other side. So once again, I invite you to bring your fingertips to frame your hips. Lift your bum right up off the floor, and then take the opportunity to square your sits bones off with the top of your mat, right facing knee. Okay, take a nice big breath in here. And then if you're choosing to be a bit more active, you're gonna dorsiflex your left foot as you fold over your thigh. So again, guys, let's take the ego out of it. It doesn't matter if you can't reach your toes, that's okay. You might land at your shin, or you might land just on your thigh today. Take a moment to take a little bit of stock here in how your body's feeling. Beautiful job. If your mind is wandering, often a really great practice is just to take your intention to the breath. So listen to the sound of your inhale as it comes in through your nose. Listen to the sound of the exhale as you either sigh out of your mouth or out of your nose. One more, inhale. Big exhale. This left side needs a little bit more TLC from me today. When you're ready, we'll round the spine up. Really nice. So it's a really small shift, guys. Take the fingertips to the mat. You're going to open your hips up to the right. So the left leg stays forward, breath in. We're working to that nice big side body reach. Right arm spins open and up. If you can find your big toe with your left fingers, we pull down and through. Inhale. Exhale. They were looking for a little bit more space with each breath out. If you have found your edge, you're going to stay there, okay? If you want a little bit deeper sensation through your ribs and your low back, you start to spin your right shoulder open and turn your gaze towards the ceiling. Just breathe. Oh, that one is good. Nice work, everybody. This is a nice slow flow. Let's lift it up. Now we're setting up for our little baby wild thing. So I'll show you from the side. The right hand lands down. You're going to press into the left foot, press into your right palm, sweep your left arm up and away, getting strong in this wild thing, pushing out of your right palm. Squeeze your shoulder blades together on your back. Inhale. Awesome job, everybody. Slowly tap the pelvis back down to the floor. Let's sweep the legs out in front one more time and round through the spine. So from here, gathering the hands underneath your knees, breathe in, sit tall. Exhale, tuck and round. You're going to see this series later when we stand. So the inhale, you grow as tall as you can. And then the exhale, we feel that protraction of your shoulder blades. Again, inhale, sit tall. Exhale. This little bit of movement in the morning really can make such a difference. Continue inhaling and exhaling through your seated and through your rounding tuck. I always feel so much better after I move. Exhale. It's really subtle with our yoga flow too. I don't always realize where I'm tight and where I need a little bit more love. One more time. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, release the hands. The transition's really simple, guys. Cross over at your ankle bones, press your palms ahead of you in front of your shins, walk your hands and knees back to tabletop. Okay, so in this position, we're gonna start to work some hip circles, just tracing little circles with our hips here, checking in with your lower back. So you're going to hear me use the word undulation today. Really, what undulating your spine means is sort of just thinking about rippling through whatever word resonates with you. What we're looking for is the feeling of creating space in your thoracic spine, through your T spine, your L spine, even your cervical spine. All right, let's just try a couple more breaths. It should feel really nice to move in your space this morning on your mat. Again, connecting with breath, long inhales through our nose. And you can either exhale out of your mouth or out of your nose. When we exhale out of our nose, we start to build a little bit more heat. So as we move into the power part of our practice, if you'd like to shift that breath from inhaling through your nose, exhale through your nose. For 2, inhale through your nose, exhale through your nose. That's that internal heat. One more, inhale. Big exhale through your nose. Curl your toes. Let's pick the knees up, send your hips up and back. Your first downward facing dog today. Really take some time to arrive in this posture. I'm gonna come and see what you guys are up to here. Beautiful. So can you spread your fingers a little wider, Sarah? Really wide, yeah, awesome. Pressing into all 5 finger pads. Let your head be really heavy. Steve, you could shift your sits bones just a little higher if you can. You can deepen the knee bend, but really take the tailbone high. Nice, good. 2. And 1. Let's bring our toes to touch, back of the mat. Can you send your right leg up and back? So 3-legged dog. Square your shoulders with the top of your mat. Take a breath in. As you exhale, we're gonna bring your right knee into your left elbow into high plank. Can we try that again, guys? So inhale, kick your right leg up and back. Find your 3-legged dog. This is our power part of our practice. Exhale, right knee comes to left elbow. It crosses underneath your body. One more time, send your right leg up. Inhale. Now on your exhale, option to take the knee to the left elbow or start to extend your right leg out underneath your left forearm. We're gonna open the left arm up and lift into our fallen star. So the left hand lifts away from the mat. You're pushing into the outer corner of your right foot. The left sole of the foot is down. Press and hold. Little side arm balance. 3, 2. Follow me, guys. Left hand grounds down. Let's drag that right leg up and back. 3-legged dog once again. Now, option to stay in this 3-legged dog or open up your hip, bend your right knee and flex your heel towards your bum. So your shoulders are square, but we're aiming to draw the right hip away from the shoulder. So the hips are rotating and the shoulders square. Breathe in. Exhale, straighten the right leg all the way out. Look to the top of your mat. We're gonna step right forward and through into a high lunge. So crescent lunge from here is sweeping the arms up overhead. Okay, so we're squaring off the hips with the top of our mat. Just breathe. Let's release the hands down. This one's a little interesting. I took this from an instructor that I did a class with earlier this week. Can you reach your hands in front of you? Can you cross your thumbs like this? You're gonna cross your thumbs in front of you. Now from this position, press into the thumbs and start to sweep the arms up as you stay in that low lunge. So the right leg is forward, left leg is back. It's almost like you're butterflying your fingers. Feel that time under tension as you squeeze the shoulder blades down. Beautiful job, guys. Inhale. As we exhale, let's release that bind and see if we can scoot to the second bind. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Beautiful chest and shoulder opener. We've done a lot of protraction. Now I want you to think about squeezing your shoulder blades together on your back as you press your chest forward. Breath in. And then we're gonna work to move into a humble warrior. So what this looks like, I want you to ground your left foot and pivot it slightly. So my left foot is just pivoted and grounded the whole sole of the foot down. With the bind, I'm gonna dive over this right knee as we start to extend into your humble warrior. So in this position, if this is too much in your shoulders, you can just release the hands to your lower back, bend the elbows. If you're looking for that extra space in the front of your chest and your shoulders, let your head be super heavy here. Breathe. Remember that YG breath. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. For 2. Long exhale. 1. Lifting from the crown of the head, begin to restack yourself all the way up. Release your bind. We're going to frame your front foot, pivot forward, frame your right foot. Can you step your right leg up and back? 3-legged dog, right where we came from at the beginning of this sequence. Reach it high. Let's work our first vinyasa today, guys. Slowly float the right toes to the mat. We're gonna lift the heels away from the mat. Start to round your spine. So you're undulating. There's that word, undulate. You're coming forward to arrive in your high plank. Now your option is to go from knees for Chaturanga Dandasana or keep your legs straight. I'm gonna go knees first round. You're gonna peel your chest through into a little baby cobra, or maybe you're ready for a full upward face. This is a pretty deep back bend, so take your choice here. And then wherever you are, let's fold over the toes and meet in that downward facing dog shape today. Whew. Nice work, everybody. So moment to reset, right? So if you want a little bit of a break here, or just a little bit less intensity through the shoulders, your option is to take a nice wide-legged child's pose. Or if you want a little bit more of that power, you can stay up in your downward facing dog. My body needs a little tiny bit more TLC this morning, so I'm going to take child's for 2. Inhale. Long exhale. Nice, Sarah. Beautiful job, guys. When you're ready, let's go ahead. If you're in child, let's meet our people who are in downward facing dog. And let's bring the big toes to touch. We're going to try that full sequence on our left side. Okay, let your head be heavy. So inhale, we're gonna send the left leg up and back, reaching high to the sky. Left leg goes up. Now, as you exhale, the left knee is gonna come under towards the right elbow this time. Inhale, slowly kick the left leg up. Exhale, bring your left knee to your right elbow. Last time, left leg goes up. Now this time, bring the left knee towards the elbow. We're gonna kick this left leg through. Landing your left foot, can you begin to open up your right arm, fallen star on this left side? So your left palm is pushing away from your mat, actively feeling that press. Push away from the mat from the right foot, left shoulder. 2. I know this one's hard. Stay with me for 1. Building strength in our core, our shoulders. Take the right hand down, drag the left leg up and back. Find your 3-legged dog. From here, let's bend the left knee. Open up your left hip here, breathe. See if we can keep our shoulders as square with the top of our mat as we can. 2. Let's start to straighten out our left leg. Look to the top of the mat. Draw the left knee towards your nose and step it right through to thumbs. Land. And we're going to sweep our arms up into our crescent lunge on this side. Left leg forward, right leg back. Beautiful job, guys. Let's sweep the hands down. Can you find that little thumb hold, that little bind between your thumbs? Spread your fingers really, really wide and draw the arms all the way up. So it's like you're pulling your thumbs apart. Yes, good. Left leg forward. Squeeze the shoulder blades together for 2. You feel a nice sensation of opening up your right hip flexor. 1. Let's release the bind and see if we can find it behind our back. Interlace your fingers, press your knuckles towards your heel, squeeze. So moving into humble warrior on this side, all we're gonna do is pivot your right foot and land it. So notice how it's a really subtle movement there. Now leading with your chest, we're gonna start to dive over our left knee to the inside. Okay, so again, the bind, if it's too much intensity through your shoulder, option just to bend and ground your hand to the mat if you need here, or you can keep that bind. We breathe 3, inhale. Oh, that feels so good. Inner thigh on the left side. 2, can you try to press into the pinky toe of your right foot? 1. Coming out of this the way we went in, everyone. So leading with the crown of the head, we lift our body all the way up. Let's release the bind. Square yourself off with the top of your mat. Frame your left foot. Let's drag the left foot all the way up and back to your three-legged dog. Reach it to the sky. And then slowly tap left toes down to mat. Rising to the balls of your feet, round your spine through forward, high plank. This is your vinyasa. Chaturanga Dandasana, low plank, take your choice. Baby cobra or your full upward facing dog. Awesome job, everybody. Take it up and back and find your downward facing dog shape here. Ooh, that was a lot of work. Spread your fingers as wide as you can. Shake out your head here. We're going to start to move to some more standing transitions. So let's rise to the balls of your feet, bend your knees a lot. You're going to step, walk, or hop to travel to the top. So I'm going to go 2 steps today. Inhale, can you find your halfway lift? Your spine is long. Exhale, let's bow down. Forward fold. Breathe in, arms circle to stand. Take a big breath in to reach up. Exhale, hands come through heart center to Tadasana, mountain pose. Round your shoulder blades up, back and down. Just nod your chin for a moment here. Close your eyes. And arrive here. So we have a little request for some balance work today. So what we're going to do is work to dancer's pose. So first option here, if you are at something in your home where you have something you can hang on to, that's great. But we're going to build the dancer's pose from the ground up. So I'm going to show you from this side. First step to dancers is reaching around. We're going to start to kick your right heel towards your right glute. And the first option is to reach the right hand around and catch the top of your foot. So it's like you're pressing your shoelaces into the palm. Now from this position, if we can hold here, we might start to sweep the left arm up. So if this is you for today, this is awesome. If you need some extra assistance, I encourage you to go find a wall or a mantle in your living room where you can hold and breathe. Now we're going to start to reach a little bit more. If you can think about kicking the top of your foot into your palm and pressing the palm back into the top of your shoelaces, you might start to pull the right thigh up and away. So the option here is to really roll that right shoulder back. Ooh, I haven't done this one in a while. Thank you, Cassandra, for balance requests too. Whew. It's 1. Okay, follow me, guys. From here, we're going to slowly start to release the back thigh. Can you draw the knee to the chest, flex the ankle, and bring your hands to your heart center? Pause and hold. Breathe. I would face you guys, but I'm definitely going to fall over. 2. Okay, try to keep your gaze on one thing. It's 1. Can you open your arms up? Oh, I'm really struggling today with this. Pause and breathe. Hold. Nice work, guys. Let's kick your right leg through and come to airplane. So you're reaching your leg behind you. So sending your right leg back. If you tap your toe down, if you need a little break, that left ankle bone should be on fire now. It's 1. Woo, let's tap your right toe to the mat behind you. Ground your palms. Drag your left foot up and back. Three-legged dog. That was a struggle. Left toes come to the mat. You take any vinyasa you like. Round through your spine. Chaturanga Dandasana, low plank. Inhale, full upward facing dog. If you're still with me. Exhale, let's fold up and back, downward face. Oh. Did you feel that in your left ankle bone, your left shin, all those muscles through our feet that we don't get a chance to work when we're wearing shoes? All right, guys, let's make this happen again. Bend your knees a lot. Lift your heels. Look to the top of your mat. Step, walk, or hop. Inhale. Find your halfway. Squeeze your shoulder blades together on your back. Bow down to fold. Inhale through our nose. Arms root to rise. Circle to stand. Exhale, hands come through your heart center to your mountain pose. Oh, that's a chance to reset. If you struggled with that, like me, that's okay. Very humbling practice, yoga. So every time we step on our mat, our body does something a little different. So from this position, we're going to work that 3 posture balance pose on this side. So we're going to start by kicking the left heel towards your bum, reaching around the outside of your left foot. Right? So here, I want you to think about, even if this is here for you today, there's a pretty deep sensation in your quadricep on the left side. Can you roll your left shoulder back? So the idea is to pull the shoulder back. That's it, Steve. And then kick into your foot, right? Now, option to stay or Option, just start to kick over and reach. So we're starting to extend your right fingertips away from you as you press the top of your left foot into your left palm. Create that little resistance between the two. You're reaching, reaching, reaching. Inhale, exhale. 1. All right, we're moving on. So slowly start to allow that bind to come away from the left. Draw the left knee to the chest. Pause with your hands in prayer. Thumbs are at your sternum. If you can pick one thing to focus on, that's here. So what I noticed right away is my right side is obviously much stronger than my left. So do a little scan. We're going to slowly start to kick your left leg back, reaching your arms back into airplane. So options here to send the arms long by your sides, or maybe you move into a warrior 3. Pick the arm posture that feels good for you today, reaching the left heel back for 2. Inhale, exhale, it's 1. Slowly, slowly, this is blind, guys, I know, but tap the left toes down, frame your right foot, grounding through your palms, slowly drag the right leg up and back, 3-legged dog, and then any vinyasa you like. So float the toes down, round your spine forward, and then lower yourself through your Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, full upward facing dog. Oh, great job, everybody. Fold over your toes. Let's meet in downward face. So that's funny, Cassandra, that you asked for that balance series today, because I have not been doing that, clearly. So the really interesting thing about our yoga is often the things that are the hardest are the things that we should do more of. Things that really challenge us. So from here, we're going to go in a different direction. I'm going to ask you to crawl your fingertips towards your toes at the back of your mat. And you're just going to hang in this forward fold for a moment. So I'm going to ask you to allow your body to drape over your thighs. Bend your knees as much as you need. So option to gather your arms into a ragdoll. That's a bit more passive. Or we can move to gorilla pose. So gorilla is just simply lifting the foot and then allowing the tops of your feet to land on your palms. So basically your big toes are reaching for the crease of your wrist. This makes this posture a little bit more dynamic and active. So inhale to fill. Exhale to try to draw your breastbone a little closer to your thighs. Can you notice if you're restricted in your throat? Can you soften that space between your eyes, your third eye? Ooh. This one's hard for me. I carry a lot of tension in my hamstrings. Just breathe. Just releasing any judgment or fear, practicing patience with your body. If you're in gorilla, let's lift the feet away from the palms. We're going to move into a Malasana Squat. So I'm going to ask you to heel toe your feet a little bit wider than mat width. And then we're going to slowly start to drop your tail. Oh, this one feels good. Drop your tailbone down. So if you have a block or a book or a pillow, if a full Malasana is a little deep for you, this is a great option for a prop. If you want to make this a little bit less active, you can have a seat on your block. If there's no block, you can also just be here, okay? So be gentle with yourself as you learn to make yourself into this, move yourself into this full Malasana Squat. I like to do a little bit of side to side here, so really getting into our hips, or maybe you find stillness. Whew. Let's pause and breathe. Inhale. Long exhale. 2. Okay, guys, the transition out of this one is unique. So hands are going to come towards the floor. Can you send your hips up? Turn all 10 toes to point forward. Crawl your hands all the way out to the top of a push-up high plank to pause. setting up for lizard pose. We're gonna step the right foot to the outside of your right pinky finger. Yeah, now option to drop, nice there. Drop the left knee down. We're gonna open up into an easy twist, right side. So we haven't done a ton of twisting today, so I wanna get a little bit of rotation in our practice. So again, this is a perfect spot for a block with your left hand if the floor is a little far away from you. I'm gonna show you from the side. Okay, so option to stay. If we're craving something a little bit deeper, option to curl your left toes under. Begin to zip up your left thigh and deepen your twist here, reaching fingertips high. So the objective here is to try to really open up your right shoulder as much as you can. 2. Maybe you shift your gaze right up over your right shoulder. It's 1. Let's gently tap the left knee down, coming out of that twist. Now we're gonna go a little deeper into this lizard pose. So I'm gonna ask you to heel toe your right foot a little wider. Can you start to roll out onto the right outer edge of your right foot? You can even pick it up. Yeah, now option here to come a little deeper is to try to make our forearms down to the floor. And we're just gonna breathe here, guys. So this is our half lizard. So letting the head be nice and heavy. Remember, breath will help us inch our way through the sticky spots. Oh, so good. 2, 1. Slowly, slowly make your way back up to palms. Curl your back toe, listen carefully. You're gonna zip up your left leg, step your right foot back to high plank. Take our hips up and back, downward face. Crawl your hands to the back of your mat, forward fold. Heel toe your feet wide, sink your hips down, Malasana. Yes, whew. Notice if you feel anything more on that right side. Maybe our hips are a little bit more open. The key here, guys, is really to be patient. It's not gonna be perfect. But we're here together today. Breathe. 2, 1. Palms ground down. Slowly send your sits bones high. Turn all 10 toes forward. Let's crawl it all the way out. Top of a push-up, high plank, pause and hold. Push out of your mat, push out of your toes. Little core work here for 4. Inhale, exhale. It's 3. Pushing out of your palms. Feel the low abs turn on. Tone your belly in and up for 2. Left side. So the left foot steps forward to the outer edge of your left pinky. We release your right knee down. Release the back toes. Grounding your right hand to the floor or a block. We're gonna open up into easy twist, left side. So notice how we're trying to seek the left shoulder to stack on top of your right, working through our twist. So option here to make this a little bit more challenging, if you want a little deeper sensation in your right hip, can you curl your right toes under, zip up your right thigh, squeeze and hug the muscle to your bone as you deepen the twist. Breathe. Oh, I can feel the heat here today. It was so cold when we started practice in this space in the club. 2. How we create heat together here. It's 1. Okay, guys, so we're gonna unwind this twist. Okay, drop your back knee. We're setting up for lizard, half lizard here. So there's a simple adjustment with your left foot. We're gonna heel toe it just a little bit wider on your mat. Okay, and then the option here is to sort of push away out of that left thigh. You can take your hand to the inside. So this is an option if finding the floor isn't there for you today. It's just to use the floor with your right hand and open up with your left. Or if you are able to find the floor with your forearms, we keep externally rotating your left knee. So to take the pressure off the knee here, we pick up the sole of our foot and press into the outer corner of our left pinky toe. Oh, this one's intense. We're breathing. Long inhale. Long exhale. 2. Deep hip opener here this morning. 1. Okay, guys, wherever you are, slowly start to make your way back to palms. Curl your back toes under. We're gonna step the left leg back to high plank. Send your hips up and back, downward face, and pause and hold here. Whew, that's a deep sensation going on in our hips. So what we do for the front of the body, we want to try to do to the back of the body. So send your right leg up. We're going to move to that modified pigeon pose. So a 3-legged dog. As you come forward, you're going to bring your knee to your nose. We're going to start to turn the knee outward towards your right wrist. Lay your right sitting bone down and release into this half pigeon. Yeah, good. So we'll settle in here. So lots of options for your hips and glutes here, guys. The key I want you to think about is squaring your left hip around with your right. And then option to stay high today, or option to take that a little deeper. And again, you might place your block under your forehead here, or a pillow. Oh, that was a lot. So if you can notice, we're stretching the opposite to your psoas, or your hip flexor, that we did in lizard. And now we're approaching your glute muscles here. So trying to square your left hip around with each exhale. So again, just softening your jaw here, relax your third eye. And we try to send breath to where we're feeling restricted. Really envisioning those muscles that surround your hip socket to release and relax here with our breath. On your next breath, wherever you are, let's start to build ourselves back up once again. Palms are going to frame your right knee. Let's curl your left toes under, push out of your palms, straighten out your left leg, guide your right leg up and back, 3-legged dog. Oh. Rooting your left heel down to the floor, and then slowly floating your right toes to the mat behind you. Pedal out the heels. Let's set up for that pigeon posture on the left side. So slowly kick your left leg up and back, guide it to the ceiling. On your exhale, let's shift forward to your high plank. Bring your knee into your nose. Then start to open the knee out to the left wrist crease. Slowly guide your sits bone down on this left side. Ooh, it's tight. Again, the idea, I'm going to face you for this. The idea is try to wrap your right hip around. So try not to let yourself stay open back here. If you can draw your right hip around, nice, Steve. And then again, taking any posture you choose here. So laying yourself over the left thigh. We have 3 full breaths here. Inhale, exhale. 2. If you prefer to stay still, that's great. Sometimes I like to sort of floss my hip joint by sort of massaging my sits bone into the mat with a little bit of movement. You can choose what feels good for your body this morning. On your next breath, we're going to slowly start to make our way up to frame our left knee, pressing away from your mat, rounding your spine up and through. Curl your right toes. Let's straighten out your right leg, push out of your palms and drag your left leg up nice and slow to your 3-legged dog. And then gently floating the left toes down to your mat. Can you shift forward to your high plank? Pause and hold. We're going to slowly lower for the count of 5 to land our chest and our pelvis on the mat entirely, hugging the elbows into the ribs from knees or from straight legs. 4, We're breathing 3, 2, last little bit of strength. 1, lay everything down. Release the toes behind you. Just to finish with a little extension for your back. Can you frame your mat with your finger pads looking down? Root into the tops of your feet. We're going to peel your chest up and away into a full extension here. Feels so good. Slowly lower down. Release the hands, and this is like super, super gentle, guys. Not very fancy. We're just going to roll onto your back from here. That's the transition. No hopping today. And then let's just hug the knees into your chest. We're coming full circle here. Full circle. Can you do a little body scan and notice if your low back is a little wider? Maybe there's a little bit more space than we had 45 minutes ago. And when you're ready, we'll just make our legs all the way out into our final resting posture, our Shavasana. Just allow the legs to splay open, arms float away from the sides of our ribs. And pause. And just breathe here. Slowing things right down. Let the heart rate start to slow. Put the song on repeat. Very calming. And if you can just close your practice with one little set of box breathing with me. Our breath has an incredible power to slow our anxiety and our mind down. So if we find a space in your day where you're kind of feeling anxious or you need to step away from something, you might be in your car, or maybe dealing with a colleague or a coworker. Things feel a little heavy right now. So I would invite you to take this technique with you throughout your day today. I'm going to ask you to inhale for a count of 5. You're going to hold that breath in for a count of 5. We're going to exhale it out for a count of 5. And we're going to stay empty, closing up the box. And let's try this together. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Big exhale to get empty for 4, 3, counting down 2, 1. Can you stay empty for 5, 4, 3, 2, closing the box at 1. I'm going to try the same thing for 3. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, exhale, 3, 2, 1, stay empty, 2, 1. On your next breath, I invite you to bring a little bit of energy to your fingertips and your toes, circling out our ankles and our wrists, reaching up over your head. Gather your knees into your chest and slowly start to make your way up to a comfortable seat. Nice, everybody. Oh, so good. And sitting up nice and tall, just take one more moment of gratitude and breath for yourself. Bringing our hands into our heart center. Nod your chin, close your eyes. Be kind to yourself today. Thank yourself for all the beautiful things your body can do. The light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste. Thank you for coming, everyone. I will see you next week back in the club.